Welcome back then, everybody, to Zaporizhzhia in Ukraine for tonight's live international boxing. Our main event, Zabak by Zangorov, this WBA Intercontinental Light Middleweight title against Frank Shabani. That's the main event of the night, and that's going to be up in about half an hour or so, depending on how long the next fight goes. We've got a heavyweight contest coming up now. Rudenko, 26-year-old Ukrainian, coming into the ring against Avaz Rustamov. And a chance for a bit of heavyweight action on the cards. Here is Rustamov then, 26-year-old Uzbek. He's only been a pro for 16 months. 5 fights, 2 victories, 3 defeats, and a draw. All his losses have been on points. So I suppose if you're looking for some positive out of it, nobody's ever KO'd him yet.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, he's been in Ukraine before and lost on points in his last fight in October to a guy called Alexander Nestorenko. Nestorenko on paper is nowhere near as good as Andrey Rudenko, so you would expect Rudenko to have a pretty basic workout here, but that's for Rustamov to do something about. He's taken the fight from Uzbekistan. Here's Rudenko.
So here he comes then, Rudenko. 16 fights, 15 victories, 1 no contest. He's won the last 4 inside the distance. And I'll be thinking he's going to be winning this inside the distance. K2, of course, part owned by the Klitschkos. So if anybody knows a good heavyweight, they've probably got a decent eye for one.
Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you? But yeah, they've taken their time. He's not gone beyond 8 rounds yet, this man, 26 years of age, so there's not a huge amount of time, but he's been a pro 3 years and won 15 with 1 no contest in his 16 outings. The no contest was early in his career. Means nothing now.
So referee getting his introduction. Klitschko's in action just a week ago, and it wasn't a particularly great fight, that was it, against Johnson. What did you think? Did you see much of it?
A one-sided drubbing with yeah, Johnson was a huge disappointment, I think, to pretty much everybody.
It's almost a sport in itself, isn't it? The bemoaning of the lack of quality in the heavyweight division these days.
The Klitschkos
the good
are getting,
old days.
Yeah, well, the Klitschkos have just hung around so long. They're getting respect for, you know, they're not everybody's cup of tea in terms of style, but they get the job done, especially Vitaly. So,
because they've been around a while, but I tell you what, if you look at the rest of the top 50, there's a few that have been around for a few decades longer than they have.
Yeah, well, we've got a heavyweight here who's unbeaten, whose age begins with 2, so that's
which is a rarity.
That's a hope, isn't it? We'll see. Just on his way up, Andrey Rudenko.
So what can he do here then? He's unbeaten against a relative newcomer, 16 months a pro.
Первый раунд.
So it's up to him now, Rudenko, to get out and make a bit of an impression here. Again, on the home territory, he's got all the support. And he's got an opponent who, quite frankly, he should be able to beat with too much problem. Might take him a few rounds to get to his objective, and he might not stop him either.
Well, I don't know. Already Rustamov looks pretty basic and not in great shape. So it's the first time he threw some punches, they were quicker than I thought they were going to be, put it like that. But Rudenko already bossing from the center of the ring. He's in the plain black trunks. He's about a stone heavier than Rustamov, about 17 stone 10, 248 pounds. Rustamov, well, about 233, about 16.9, and there's a bit of spare flesh on his belly.
You do wonder whether or not, when you look at a fighter like that who's getting into the ring, whether or not he's taken it at short notice, or he's got a problem with gym work.
Well, so many heavyweights don't think they need to worry too much. They just, well, I'm big, and that's it. But it can't help, can it? I mean, Rudenko.
Tell that to the serious boys. That was, well, right hand didn't find his target this time, but you feel like it's only a matter of time before he finds his way through it.
Rudenko got a nosebleed. I'm not sure who hit him. I didn't see Rustamov do it. But, yeah, Rudenko is pretty much in control. Jab, right hand, fairly basic what he's doing.
Well, Rustamov trying to make it look as if he knows what he's doing. He said that was a great uppercut then. Right uppercut brings a smile to the face of Rudenko.
Well, he's landed a couple of left hooks now, Rustamov, so maybe it'll get interesting. Maybe if he comes forward. I thought when he first threw his punches, they weren't, you know, they were fairly quick. He's got quickish hands. There again, left hook counter. Maybe he will make it interesting.
And he is moving a bit. I mean, he's not immobile, is he?
No, but he's that right hand just bludgeoning around the side of his guard and sending him a couple of paces to the right. There it is again. Very basic what he does, Rudenko. Very mechanical, but so far effective. Picking up some left hands on the way in. No, he needs to tighten that up.
Yeah, he took off two decent shots then from Rustamov just toward the end of that round, and he goes back. Rustamov, the relative novice.
Yeah, I mean, he's only stopped one opponent in his 5 fights so far. That was in Tashkent in April this year when he beat a guy who was having his debut, and he won in 3 rounds. Other than that, nothing. So you wouldn't expect him to have the power to trouble this man, but we'll see.
But again, really, again, on home territory, when you're served up an opponent like that, it's up to you to go out and impress. You're on television, you're being beamed all the way around the world. I mean, this is their moment, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, and Rudenko did okay in the first round, did nothing too wrong, but he got clipped a few times by left hook counters that he's got to be careful about. Just tighten the guard. You get a bit more watchful.
There we go. Well,
just standing, admiring his work, such as it was, and the left hand brought a little smile to his face. Well, let's see what he does about it.
So round 2 then. Rudenko straight to the middle of the ring.